Do you love chocolate chip cookies? Well, I have a delicious, thin, crispy, buttery chocolate chip cookie recipe for you. It takes a little non-traditional approach to the mixing of the batter, but it results in a delicious cookie, whether it's a regular size cookie or a super size cookie. You're gonna love these cookies. So I'm starting with 14 tablespoons of butter in the mixer. It's at room temperature, very, very soft. I have 1 3/4 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mine's a combination of kosher salt and sea salt. 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Deliciousness. 1 large egg and 1 large egg yolk. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 1/4 cup of chocolate chunks. Now that's just my choice. You can make any combination of any kind of chocolate that you want to add. And then I have 3/4 cup of finely ground walnuts. When I'm preparing walnuts to put in my chocolate chip cookies, I like to use this handy dandy nut grinder because it grinds the walnuts into a consistent, very small piece that I find to be, better in my chocolate chip cookies than if I was chopping them up by hand. So if you don't have one of these handy dandy nut grinders, I'll put a link in the details so you can get one. I think you'll like it. So the method that I use for mixing these chocolate chip cookies is an adaptation of a method I saw from Cooks Illustrated years and years ago. They had a cookie recipe that was pretty complicated. But what I have done is I take my butter and mix in the sugars, all of them. The 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and the 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and mix those together, cream them so they're light and fluffy. Scraping down the sides of the bowl, I'm going to add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla and the 1 large egg with the 1 large egg yolk. And I'm going to mix them together for about 30 seconds, letting them combine. Now this is where the uniqueness comes in. After about 30 seconds, I'm going to turn off the mixer and let them sit for about 3 minutes. Think of it as you got a phone call from the doctor's office wanting to confirm your next appointment. Your 3 minutes are up. You finished your phone conversation and you're ready to get back to mixing up these delicious chocolate chip cookies. So give them another 30 seconds of a good beating. And then you get another phone call. You got to take that phone call. It's going to last you about 3 minutes. Now we're ready to add the flour mixture. Remember, this is the flour, the salt, and a little bit of baking soda. So it's going to go into the bowl all at one time. And I'm going to stir that around to combine. Getting ready to add the deliciousness into the batter. Stop and scrape down the sides of the bowl, making sure that we get all of the flour mixture incorporated into the batter. And now a quick stir in of the walnuts and the chocolate bits and chunks. We're ready to make some cookies. I'm using a 2-inch cookie scoop to lay my cookies on an ungreased baking sheet. So these will be very large cookies. They're going into the oven at 375 degrees for, I think, approximately 14 to 16 minutes. I'm going to put 6 on this sheet. For smaller cookies, I use an 1.5 inch diameter scoop. In 12 minutes, you'll have a crisp, relatively flat, buttery, delicious chocolate chip cookie. So yummy. If you like a crisp cookie, this is a great recipe. Using the large cookie scoop, you'll get a huge, huge cookie. Whether it's a regular size cookie or a super size cookie, you're gonna love these cookies.